Hi boys and girls, we're going to do the second part of our chapter 10 review on graphs and tallies showing different data. Yesterday we reviewed how to read a picture graph, how to make a picture graph, how to read a bar graph, and today we're going to start with how to make a bar graph. And as you can see on page 4 of your packet, they did a little example at the top and they want you to finish by graphing how many chicks are on this little picture of a farm. I wanted to help you on the next one to make a bar graph about desks and doors. Now it says desks and doors in our classroom. Well, we aren't in our classroom right now. You can follow my example from my house, or you can do this from your house. So in my house, we counted up the desks. We have one that we share together in our spare room, and our son has his own desk. So in our house, we have 2 desks. And I'm making a bar graph, so I'm coloring in the boxes. Doors. Well, your graph only goes to 10. We counted the doors in our house, it would be 13, but we're going to stop with 10. So I will color in 10 boxes to represent 10 doors in my house. Again, you can do this from your house or you can use my example. And I just did a quick color in. You can take your time with that. So there are some questions. How many desks are in your classroom or house? And we can look up and look at where our data is on the number line here, and we can see there are 2. Or we can just count the spaces. How many doors are in a house? We have 10 here, so we colored in 10 spaces, and we can look on the number line where it colors into 10. And then our next question, are there more desks or doors in your house or classroom? Definitely, we have more doors. Let's make a math problem to go with that. So if we wanted to find out how many more doors than desks, we could just count the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or we can do a subtraction problem to compare. We can start with the bigger number 10, and we can subtract the smaller number 2, and we find out that answer is 8. We can do a related fact to check our work by adding our two smaller numbers together. If we add the 8 plus 2, it equals 10. Our numbers match as related facts. We know you have the correct answer. We have 8 more doors than desks, or 8 fewer desks than doors. So that's making a bar graph. Let's do a tally chart from our next page. Let's take a moment to clean our board so that we can see a little bit more clearly. So now you've reviewed picture graphs where you showed pictures to represent your information, and you reviewed how to read those and make them, and how to read and make your bar graphs. Now let's do a tally chart. So we're going to use the bottom one here. They already did the top one for us. Do you have a pet is the name of our chart name. Do you have a pet? And we have yes, and we have no in our chart. And you can see they already filled in the information for us there with the tallies. And this time, we just have to answer the totals. So I can look at my tally marks. I know how to count these. I know that when I see 1, 2, 3, 4 slash, that's 5. So I count on 6, 7, 8. There are 8 kids that said yes to having pets. And no, I see it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The slash is 5. There are 5 kids that do not have pets. And then you can answer the questions at the bottom. How many children have a pet? That would be your yes. How many children do not have a pet? Do more children answer yes or no? And you can answer that one. So that's reading a tally chart. Let's just review how to make a tally chart. So if you go to your next page, we'll clean our board again for one moment, and we'll make a tally chart. So that was just reading and giving the totals. Now we get to draw the tallies ourselves. So if you look on this page, there are shapes in the picture. Shapes in the picture. And we have circles, stars, and triangles. And you can see we divided this into categories on your paper. So we represent that with lines going across and separating where we will make the tallies and where we will put the total with lines going down. And you're counting the pictures up here, and they actually already answered it for you. But let's just review how, if we had to make those tally marks ourselves. So circles, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To make those tally marks, we'd write 1, 2, 3, 4, slashes 5. One more is 6. 6 tally marks. Stars in the picture, we see there are 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 tally marks. And the number 3 for the total. And then triangles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We represent that with 1, 2, 3, 4, slash for 5. Counting on 6, 7, 8. And the total is 8. Answering our questions at the bottom. How many stars are there? Well, you would go to the star row and look for your total. How many more triangles are there than circles? More triangles than circles. This is where we have to compare numbers. We could just do this and hide what's the same. 6 are the same and there's 2 extra. Or we can do our subtraction problem. Starting with a greater number triangles, 8. Take away the circle 6. You can use your number line, count backward, or start at 6 and count up to 8. 6, 7, 8. Or start at 8 and count backwards to 6. 8, 7, 6. And we know it's 2. We can even do an addition fact. 2 plus 6 and check to make sure it's 8. Our numbers match up and we have the correct answer there. And at the bottom, which shape is there the most of? And you would circle the answer. One more review page, and this is just taking all the review, putting it together to solve a problem. And the problem is about Ava. Ava has some beads to make a bracelet. And we have to find out how many beads does she have all together. And so we see the information we've already been given. We already know that she has, we've colored in 4 beads in a bar graph. There are 4 circle beads. Then we have to look at the square one, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4. So we color that one into 4 also. And then the triangles, there are 2, so we color into 2. Now we need to take all 3 numbers and add it together. So they did the first part for us. We have 4 that are circles, 4 circles, plus, and we won't write that circle in there so we don't get confused. There are 4, we said, for squares that you would have colored in on your graph. And then we need to add the triangle beads, and there are 2. Now we have 3 add-ins. Remember, we look for a way to put 2 of them together first. I see a double here, so I'm going to put the double together first. 4 plus 4 is 8, and I have 2 more to count, so let's catch 8 and count on. 8, 9, 10. So our friend Ava has 10 beads. I hope that helps as you finish this review. I'll see you later.